promote the pawn to the queen and also manage to grab that a pawn and the rook as well. We see the players were observing the games and analyzing the game. This is really good. This is really good that they are analyzing the game after the end. So one last game is in progress. Here we have on the board, which just ended, and here we have white pieces won the game, black pieces won the game. Here we have a material advantage here for black, 2 extra pawns. I would continue to play in this game, to be honest. But of course, black is the one who is playing here for the win because of extra 2 pawns and also very active bishop on d5. So that's the end of the round 2. The games are going so smoothly and fast. If you have the results of round 2, we can take a look at the results, see if we have some upsets or not. Next round should start soon, in about 5-7 minutes. We see some of the participants are leaving the areas. They might need to have a walk to fresh up a little bit or just take some calls. They are working. Some of them are at the working space, so very possible that they are still working. I love this. I love this round. Unfortunately, I was not able to cover all the games. Maybe I'll take a look right now, one by one. But before that, let's take a look at the it's the standings. You can see the standings on the side. Another side, we see the results of the round 2. So here we have on the first board, Grandmaster Lok Van Valley managed to win. Second board, we have Victor Bologan win the game. Then we have Antoneta Stefanova also win the game. Here we don't have any upsets in this round. And so they are the leaders. They are the leaders of the event, together with the other 6 participants. Here we have 2 out of 2, a lot of players, and let me read their names. Manukian Artak from Armenia, who is almost 2200 player, and Suplis Gerdrus, also federated player. We have Shevchik Marek, who also has 2 out of 2, 100%. That's a really good start of the tournament. I'm sure they have very good moods to fight more. The tournament is a friendship format, but still it's a tournament, and all of them are fighting for the win. Do we have the standings of the next round yet? Maybe not, maybe not. All right, let's get our chessboard back before the next round, and I will just cover the past positions. This looks really nice. So we were looking at this position earlier, and we were talking about if white will go into checkmate this king here, or he would just win with the material advantage, and seems like we got the answer. White checkmated the king in this position. This is the game from the first round. Let me quickly go to the second round games. So here we have this interesting position. Black got here the queen. How that happened? How that happened? Still in this position, there's a queen on the board. Ooh, all right. This looks beautiful. So queen took on a7. He was calling for this pin here. Knight cannot capture the queen because there's a pin. But we have here bishop e4 attacking the knight here after bishop d2, castle, and oh no, 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 no. Knight d5 might be a mistake here. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, knight d5. I think the player with white pieces just forgot that there's not a pin anymore. Otherwise, this game could be really nice with all these motifs. But here, yeah, there's no queen on the board. Really hard to play. That's why here white just resigned. This position also looks interesting here. We have the resignation. No, we don't have a resignation. White here loses on a time, but the position is really, really hard to play here. There's a check on the board, and whenever the king lifts the f1 square and gets out of the check, the knight will capture on d4. So there was this game, and this looks really interesting. This looks really interesting. Here, 2 rooks versus three pieces. But look at this powerful pin here on e4. Knight also attacks the rook. That means that in the end, black will have an extra piece, even 2. So here, white resigned. Daniela has not the best start of the event, but he is number 4 rated player and also won FIDE Master. I'm sure she will come back. I'm sure she will come back, and she has 5 more games to play. And yeah, we wish a best of the luck to her. Still, we have some minutes before the next round, and I would like to invite you to see a very beautiful a video of the gala, and I'll come back from that after that.
For the first time in Europe,
first European Chess Award ceremony.
The European Golden Pawn. Most of the legends are here with us today.
Chess legends, lovers, supporters.
This big celebration of legends. Thank you for all.
It's a big honor to stay here.
There's no limits when you begin to read and when you begin to play chess.
Chess for me is more than a sport. Thank you very much for this award.
We are a family.
Chess has a great future.
It's my exceptional honor and privilege to be here with you.
The world needs chess. Love and music has the ability as chess to make people happy.
Chess needs this kind of event.
It's a very beautiful place.
It is fantastic.
I'm always very happy that we make these selections.
It's a great honor for me to be here with my colleagues from I Group.
21 Salida Costa.
It's an honor to be awarded with this prestigious prize.
It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be the part of this fantastic event.
It is something that belongs to many of my loved ones as well.
Best wishes to all you.
I live with this.
I would like to thank all of you because your attendance is very important.
It's a game that is celebrated at its highest level, and having it here in Monaco, it's a big opportunity to send this message that to celebrate chess as the mainstream sport and a cultural touchstone.
Chess makes you smarter.
This was the video of a magical chess event, Golden Pawn Gala, which was held in Monaco, Monte Carlo. in the times when we were all able to travel, but I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of beautiful galas ahead of us. But now the players already started the game, so let's get our chessboard back and analyze the games on the board. You already see the first game. Here we have interesting position. We see double pawns on C and E file. And a very active queen on d5. I have not seen something like this. This is quite unusual. So let's take a look at the beginning. So we're going to see how to reach in there. So 1 d4, knight f6, and we have this e5. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant opening here. It's really sharp opening. Which gives practical chances for black to fight. But here, white is trying to limit the h6 knight. Right now, it's hanging on h6. White is asking for the queen trade, and I think there is no much moves here for black, but to capture on d2. The question is how the white will capture here with a king. Of course, with a king, Lagwanwale is not really afraid to capture it back with the king, because there's no queens on the board, there's no checks yet, and that's how we play. Now he will develop his bishop and the rooks, and he will play this position. Looks interesting. White has a pair of bishops against pair of knights. Black has to develop the pieces. C8 bishop, maybe b6 is an idea here. b6, not this way. b6, a5, bishop a6. King might go on the short side, or e7. Looks interesting here. Black's position is really interesting. Let's see how he will set up the pieces here. If he finds the best spot for the c8 bishop, because this bishop is the problem here for the black. King e7 is played here. You know what? If d2 king is not in the danger, then why my king is in the danger on e7? So he decides to keep the king in the center. This looks quite natural here. Maybe he's aiming to play rook e8 later on and king f8 just to attack on e5 pawn. Here black has two pieces which are not active. This is bishop, which we talked about earlier, and also knight on h6 is not the best piece. So, but the pawn structure is nice. Pawn structure is really, really nice compared to the those double pawns of white. So let's see. Knight d4 looks really aggressive move. White pieces wants to jump on b5, attack on c7, or even jump on f5 at some point and get really strong and powerful pawns in the center from the double pawns. There are some ideas with pushing g4, g5, and knight jump on f5 later on. Many ideas. Not too much time to think. So here black goes for c6. He is trying to prevent knight b5. But is that knight going on b5? Maybe he was going on f5. How about this move? So take. If knight jumps on h4, to attack on f5. Yeah, that's the correct approach. Maybe bishop d3, knight g2, rook g1, attacking the knight. Knight goes back. Rook takes on g7. Yeah, white pieces are very active. But white wants to here keep all the pieces on the board. The knight on d4 compared to the opponent's knight on h6 is really active, so g4 makes sense here to keep the pieces on the board, the active piece on the board. Maybe he wants to push g5, kick this knight on g8, and then knight f5 will come with a check. We can meanwhile move to the next board. Here we have also interesting position. Black just played rook c8. There is a weakness on c3. That's what rook is targeting right now. Black has to develop the queenside pieces as well. So I wonder where the knight goes. Knight can go on c6. This rook from c8 also secures this square for the knight. Knight can go on c6, attack the pawn, then jump on a5, and then on c4 to block the pawn. Knight can also go on the d7 and go to f8 if he thinks that this attack on the king side is dangerous. He can just leave the knight on f8 to defend the king. This looks interesting. Interesting position. f4 is really sharp move. Knight c6 here looks more natural than ever because of the pin. And here we have this on the board. Bishop comes on f2. Trying to reduce the tension on the diagonal. Very nice move. He might also think to trade the knight and then the bishop and to hold the rook end game. Of course, black will have the pleasant pawn structure on the queen side and easy play, but rook end game is always tricky. 97, he doesn't want to trade the pieces here. He's going to win this. He is going for the win here, so he needs more and more pieces. 97 stops f5, also aiming to jump on d5, which looks the square for the knight, because this is a weakness, and we know that we should attack the weaknesses. So the next board, here we have Antoneta Stefanova and Marek Shevchik. 2 minutes difference. 2 minutes difference might be a big deal here in this time control. The time control is 10 minutes plus 2 seconds. White has here a very pleasant position. The space advantage on the queen side. All the pieces look really nice. Now b3 knight is hanging. Also, white is about to explode the king side with f5 move. Let's see how Antoneta continues this game. Knight d4 is one idea here, but she's not going for this. Queen e3. She defends the knight just this way. The player with black pieces, Marek Shevchik, is the member of Slovak National Council, and he is the representative of the party Ordinary People and Independent Personalities. And I see really strong opponent of Grandmaster Antoneta Stefanova. He captures the knight with bishop. Queen captures it back. And what is the next move? D takes c5? Yes, we have d takes c5. Rook will capture this pawn back, and we might see knight d4 and more changes here. Queen e7, I like this move, attacking the rook, open up the way for the rook to come on d8. While Antoneta is thinking, maybe we can go to this position, which looks really interesting here. Oh, look at this pin. This is really strong pin. And this bishop is a really, really bad piece here on the board because all the pawns on the queen side are at the same color as the bishop, which gives bishop less space to maneuver. 97, another rook now is attacked. Queen is attacked as well. So Milan Bergles is the president of Slovenian Chess Federation. And also he is Slovenian political scientist and politician. So good to see very successful people now in the managing positions of Chess Federation. I think this is really nice for chess. Now here we have 2 rooks versus 2 pieces that should be winning for white, but still the game goes on. And yes, we don't know what might happen. Anything can happen when time is still going. The next position looks interesting here, and winning for black, 2 extra pawns in the pawn end game, a 3rd extra pawn, and yeah, those pawns are unstoppable. Now if black pushes this pawn, and which happened on the board, it's impossible to stop black from promoting the queen. So we might see here resignation soon, and here we have it. So the next game, which we have still in progress, is this one. Here we have very active rook on g4, an extra piece pawn on f5. That should be a better position or even winning position for black. Knight comes on f4 here with a check. King comes on f3. And what's the next move? Knight g2. Knight g2. This pawn is now under attack. Can a white push the pawn? Can white push the pawn? White is thinking this might be some chances here. If white opens the h file for the rook, there might be some chances. 1 minute for white. Hard position to play, but you know there's still. Oh, before not the pawn. I will play here h5. Knight takes on h4 with a check. This pawn is also weakness right now. I know what's White's idea here. White's idea is that he's hoping for this pin. Knight can't jump afterwards because the pawn is hanging with a check. That's why he went on for b4. It was a trap. It was a trap. I understood now. King comes on f2, and now this knight cannot move because the pawn is hanging. He can move, but the pawn is hanging, and rook cannot move because knight is hanging. So this is really a smart decision here. How about rook g2? Rook g2. King comes here. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe just f4 here. Maybe just f4 here. With some preparations. We can move to the next game. Here we have, really active king on g4. This is an end game. Rooks are still on the board, but those rooks are not very active right now. So, you know, you can allow yourself to activate king this much. We have a very interesting position here. White played knight f3, and just the head shake of the of the white pieces here just call me to come back on the position. What is happening? Did he blunder something, or why he was unhappy with that move? No, king comes on e3. It's not a blunder. And here we have king on e3. Knight captures, king will capture, and rook takes on g5 with these two extra pawns here. Must be winning. We have most of the games still in progress. Now I will take a look. I will take a look at the most interesting one. The games, you can see all the games on Chess24. Itself, the games are played on Tornello platform. I think this position is interesting. I think this position is interesting as both players have pass pawns. This pawn is strong. The pawn is strong. It's impossible to stop because now white has this strong move, and then queen. A7. That seems like black. Okay. Seems like white planned all of this. So now s6, it's impossible to play rook a3 because knight is hanging, attacking. So after this one, black now wants to come quickly on e1 to control the pass pawn, but a7, and after this move, as I showed earlier, there is rook d8, and then queening. Yes, and here we have the resignation already. The game which we're analyzing earlier just ended, and we probably all understand what's the result here. With white pieces, the player is a little bit disappointed with the result. He stayed a little bit to take a look quickly what he could play better. And the participant from Armenia, now he's chatting with his colleagues. As I understood, they are playing from the same space. Seems like they are very much prepared for the event, and it's always good to have some small chats between the rounds. You are just getting more relaxed, and that's the way. That's the way you can just forget this recent game. No matter what's the result, you win, you lose, you draw, it doesn't matter. You need to focus for your next game. In our case, it will be round 4. And chatting with friends is the best, in my case. I think in many players' cases too, we still have some of the games in progress. Here we have Victor Balgan with extra pawn on the board. Those connected pawns against this pass pawn here. Black should have a winning position. Both of the players have less than 1 minute on the clock. So this is really shaky situation. Both rooks on the board. Let's see how the processes will go. White is trying to get the rook on the first rank. This is really nice idea. He is controlling this. He maybe wants to play rook a1 at some point to push the pawn. Both pawns are just going very fast to the queen. Oh, 7 seconds, 6. The move should be played right now. Okay, we have only 2 seconds increment. We have only 2 seconds increment. There is a chance of pre-moves as well. Now white should be careful not to allow black to play rook g1. We see that from this pawn pushes, the black got more advantage here. Both rooks of white rooks are now in passive situation in defense. Rook a1. This pawn should be stopped here. This pawn should be stopped here. We have several checks. Rook a6 just blocks the pawn. Maybe later on he wants to play rook h4, rook h5 just to press this pawn and then push the king. King should play. Oh. All right, if now we have some. All right. We have here the smile of the person who just won the game, and here white. And the player with the white is so upset. He's so upset. It was very small mistake in the end. He might draw this game. He had so good chances for that. He might draw this game, and he's not hiding his emotions. He's really upset. Also smiling though. Yeah, he had really good chances, but well done. Well done. He did really good. He did really good. Not easy to fight against Viktor Bologan. He's very strong. He's very strong grandmaster. So this is the decision. So nice to see the emotions. Emotions are really priceless in chess, and I think in every sport emotions are very important. It shows a lot to us, to the viewers. So what happened? What really happened? Let's take a chessboard back and let's analyze a little bit what really happened. So here we had rook endgame. I wanted to mention earlier that taking on h2 will be met by check here on g6. King cannot leave the rook alone because rook is under attack, and after king h3, black is losing a rook. Black is losing a rook and also stopping the pawn, just like this. So the game is winning. But here what happened? White played rook a3. Just some waiting move. He had no time here. If he had some more time, maybe just to stack with some checks. Yeah, interesting position. Really interesting position. White could just, leave the pawn here and maybe just focus on h2 pawn. How about that? To focus on h2 pawn. King goes e7. If king goes forward, we know what will happen. This pawn is hanging, so king goes here. Yeah, it's interesting position indeed. Oh, I know what happened. Here, white had seconds on the clock, and he lost on time. This position is not losing. This position is not losing after king h3. This position is not losing. So if king g1, we have this, and it can be drawn. And if check, we just come back. And black cannot promote the pawns anymore. It's not the dangerous one. Okay, so now we understood what happened. It was the issue of the time. 2 seconds is not enough if you are not practicing at least I don't know, in some days in advance. You need to be fast. you need to have really fast mouse as well, and you need to mouse to be your friend when you're playing with the seconds on the clock. So seems like here White had really good chances to draw the game. Antonetta Stepanova won this position. Looks like Black also lost here on time. There is an extra pawn, and there is some chances to get the king closer. I was looking for the way how to get closer. I didn't succeed to get closer. Like I tried to get here now. It's impossible. Then I tried to get from here, but still not possible. The king can get this way here and here. This is one way to get, or the knight should jump smartly here on the king side. Yes, another game ended on a loss of on the time, so I believe that they have to just speed up a little bit in the end, because the players who are professionals, they have here advantage because they play chess tournaments, online chess tournaments often, or they just play online chess every day. So they might have an advantage in the end of the game. This is funny one. This is funny one. Here, one bishop cannot checkmate the king. This is impossible. So the game is the game is draw here. We saw this game. It was resignation here. And what about this one? Here we have again the lose on time. Lose on time. Yeah, time pressure. Yeah, time pressure is real thing for those players who are not playing chess every day. I believe the next game, next round will start soon. Let's take a look at the standings and the pairings and the results. Here we have 3 players with 100%, 3 out of 3, Antonetta Stepanova, Viktor Bolgan, and Van Luck. And then we have only 1 player with 2.5 out of 3 from Ukraine. Who is not rated, who is not rated at all, and it's I think it's a huge thing for him to be among the leaders on the 4th position. And let's take a look at the standings. We have only 1 draw. There was this bishop draw. There was only sole bishop on the board. So the rest of the games we had results and only 1 draw. Only 1 draw. Yes. Most of the games we have a result. Once again, I would like to remind you that this is individual tournament, but also we have team prizes and team competition. So it means that each federation might have as much players as they want, but in the end, the best 3 results will be taken, and if there is a country who has only 1 or 2 representatives, then they will go and fight for the individual prizes. The tournament is friendship, and it's online tournament. It's a very good chance to gather players together. And this is only 1 day event. So today we have 7 rounds, 3 down, 4 to go. Let's go. Let's see now if we have already the moves on the board, and we have the game, the moves. This is the position which just calls and come and check me. It's not happening often when we see pawn on f6 instead of knight. Let's see how we got in here. First knight f3, d6 and f6. I think we have seen this player already playing f6. He wants to secure this center with. He wants to guarantee that when he pushes c5, it's not losing. So white continued to play just normal Catalan opening here, Catalan setup. Do we see e5 here? As I remember in the previous game, he went for g5 setup. Maybe he will go for g5 here as well. Let's see. And on the screen, I see the participant from Greece. As I recognize the flag, and he's the only representative of the Greece Federation and the Parliament as well. Mamolakis Haralabas. Here we have on the screen against Victor's Valainis. Also with beautiful library background. What's our guess here? Is it a chess books or not? maybe some politician books. Valainis Victor is the member of Latvian Parliament. Queen d7 was played here. Very likely he's preparing for long castle, and maybe after that g5 and kingside attack. Why not? We were looking for g5 move, and here we have g5 in this position. This looks very interesting. Seems like white here sacrificed the pawn on e6. We have to take a look at this one. d4, one move, first move, c6, bishop f4, and here we have d6. White is trying to develop two pieces and gain some central advantage here, and black on the other hand plays a little bit unusual moves, starts the attack on the king side, and look at this a6 pawn move. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Just damage the king side of the black in place without a pawn, but against really weak king. Here black can artificial castle here. That's how we call it. Rook f8 and king g8. But the weaknesses on the light squares are still here, remains here. And what is the main idea of e6 pawn sacrifice is this bishop here, which stops the rook to come in the game. So that's why here these kind of sacrifices are usually working. So bishop takes on g7. Now dark squares are also weakened right now. Is h4 the next move we might see here? h4. Olaus Vitali, the player from the black side, is the representative of Latvian Parliament. And he's facing the opponent from Czech Republic, who has feather rating. h4, here we have on the board. White is ignoring, is not going for castle on the short side yet. White has a target, this king is a target, and he's going for this. So h4 here looks very natural move. Wants to weaken the king side even more. Now g5 pawn is under attack if white pushes g4. Knight comes on d4, attacking on e6 with a check and the winning the queen, and knight should jump probably on f6 to defend this and this. And what can be the follow-up? Maybe just a simple queen d2, castle on the short, not that long, castle on the long side, and then to push up even more. So g4 we have on the board. Let's see where the knight goes. How about move like this instead? Attacking on g4 and after h5 just to sacrifice even more. Queen takes, the king h6 will be checkmated on g5. If wait, please allow me to do it. Okay, here we have this. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He missed that. He missed that fork. It's a check and queen is hanging. E5 was played too fast. Knight f6 was a brilliant move here, defending here and here. And yeah, we have resignation here. Unfortunately, he missed this fork. He missed the fork. Oh, he had a good chances here after knight f6. Probably right now he's looking how he could play. Oh no, he found it! He found it! I think he found knight f6 here. That's really good defense, and here we have also the smile. Alright. What I really wanted to show you, let me get this back on the board, is this position. Yeah, maybe I'm too optimistic. I want to show you this and to come on f3, but knight jumps on f6, and I think here black has nothing to worry about. All right. Let's move to the next position, and here we have Rook Endgame. White has one extra pawn on g4. Let's see what's the technique here to win this. Oof, I would be scared of that battery here. Oh, I actually find the correct way. Rook h1 was played here. He is going to at least trade at least one rook, which will just decrease the tension on the h file. Here, white can capture this and play rook on h1, and I just double calculated the pawns and its extra pawn on the board. So pawn and game must be winning here. There are too many pawns, and here we have defended pass pawn, and the idea is just to push this pawn as far as possible with the help of the king, and then king to get in the camp of the black's pawns. That's the idea here for the win. We have one rooks off the board. Now I might expect here to see rook h1. And on the screen we see the photo of Ukrainian parliament. Is that Ukrainian parliament? Yes, that's Ukrainian parliament. Looks nice. Oh no! He wants to pawn endgame. No, he could keep the rook on the board. I know that's passive, and white still is the one who is going for a win. But isn't king? It's not pawn endgame. Easy win here. So here we have an opposition, and whenever king goes back on g6, f6, doesn't matter, we might have f4 coming. So now they both will push the pawns, and white will try to win the opposition. b4 now wins the opposition. b4 now wins the opposition. This pawn stops C and A pawn to progress. D4 will be not a big threat because now this two connected pass pawns is a great power. D4 was played, also possible here. Why not? This makes no sense for black because again two pass pawns here. E4 is the move black should consider here to play. That should be still winning. That should be still winning. I would be afraid personally to push F4. Oh, we have F4 on the board. Oh. Okay. Okay. No, not that fast. Not that fast. Now king comes back and king is just capturing the pawn. Not that fast. Okay. So, yeah. Instead of this, black could wait a little bit. Just push the pawn here and wait a little bit. Whenever king leaves the square, this is the square, king needs to be outside of the square, then this pawn can be pushed. Here black has really good chances, really good chances. Might be still winning for white here, but chances is something that you're looking for. And here we have the smile on the face white pawn here. A player from Ukraine, the representative of Ukrainian parliament, and he's happy. He's happy with the result. Most probably he's texting with one of his team member, maybe also a party member. There's very likely that we have participants from the same party of Ukrainian parliament, because we have a lot of participants from Ukraine, and it's happening in chess countries. Ukraine is one of the chess countries. Like when there people who know chess at the work, they're playing and they're making some internal tournaments. That's happening in Georgia a lot. I've seen that a lot, that co-workers are just playing chess even every day. So very likely that we might have friends here playing this event. What is happening here? Let's take a look. Antoaneta Stefanova is about to capture the rook here on h5 because queen is hanging. Queen has to move. Oof, what happened? What happened? We have to take a look at this. We have to take a look at this game from the beginning. We have 1e4, c6. Here we have Caro-Kann defense. White knows what is doing. White knows the theory here. G4. Here we have beautiful sacrifice on g4. White is quickly developing the pieces and long castle here. Another sacrifice, and knight f7. Knight comes on e5. And everything started here when Antoaneta played this knight e4 brilliant move. And what's happening now after capturing on h5? I would say this is double-edged position. I would say this is double-edged position. Black has pawn and the rook for 2 pieces. But the king is a little bit exposed. The king is a little bit exposed here. Interesting position. We have to stay in here and take a look who is the player with white pieces. Stepa Sergei, this is the member, representative of Ukrainian parliament. He's number 28 in this tournament. He doesn't have FIDE rating, but surely he knows how to play this position. He's escaping from this ping. Now queen takes b5 was a threat. He's escaping from here. Queen comes on e2. Now d1. Rook is hanging. Queen g1. Defends this threat. Next can be queen e1 just to eliminate the pressure which black queen gives. a6. Bishop goes on a4, right? Is that? Yeah, that's the move white can play. And rook comes on d8. Rook comes on d8. Rook defends the d4 pawn because there was a threat of knight jump somewhere. Let's be safe here and come on b1 and take then on d4 pawn. Really interesting position. Really interesting position. This is round 4 and we already have some shaky positions. Antonida Stefanova. Let's talk a little bit about her. She is a former world women champion. And also the European women champion. She has numbers of titles. She became a grandmaster in 2012. In the world nowadays, we have only 17 female players who achieved grandmaster title. Her peak rating was highest rating was in 2003 when she had 2560. She used to be number 2 woman chess player by the rating of January 2003, and she was holding the women's world champion title from 2004 and 2006. Interesting story. She started her chess career in the age of 4. Believe it or not, it was when she started to learn chess. Her father gave chess classes to her, and seems like he found talent. And later on, she started to play chess more actively and started to play at the World Youth Championships and World European Championships, and she has a number of titles in most of the categories. And from April 4th, she became a member of the Parliament of Bulgaria. This is amazing story. This is amazing story to see another top female player being a member of the parliament of their countries. We have a number of female players who are the members of the parliament and who has high positions in their countries, which gives us a hint that it's really useful to have the skills of chess player. What is happening here? White has an extra bishop right now. After all, we had so much tension on the board and we saw really brilliant play here with white. Antonetta looks pretty upset of the position. It's quite logical here because the chances to survive the game is very few. She has seconds on the clock as well as against almost 2 minutes. We know how she feels right now because we have all been in that position. But here we have a fighter on the screen. She won all the possible titles in the chess. And here we have the fist of the victory. The white. Okay, he's not hiding the joy which comes from the victory for any sport person or anyone who wins. I'm sure he's happy. This must be the dream come true, winning against a grandmaster and the world champion and European champion. That must be the dream come true for him. So was that the last game of the round? It was the last game of the round. The next round will start in about 7 minutes. I will take a very, very quick break, but during the break you're gonna have videos and I will come back shortly.
game that is 1,400 years old. How come that today it is regarded as an important educational activity used in schools all over Europe? To answer this question, we must ask ourselves what the future will look like and how the schools are preparing children for the challenges ahead. Extremely rapid changes in social conditions, climate changes, artificial intelligence, automation, a new digital era. Scientists predict that the upcoming 20 years will bring more changes in the structure of human society than the previous 300 years have had altogether. This will affect us all, but most importantly, our children. To make them ready for these advancing changes, we need to give them different skills. Scientists talk about the 4 C's: critical thinking, communication skills, collaboration skills, creativity. Schools must find the teaching methods which adapts to the needs of the society and provide children with different mindsets that can be used in the digital era, preparing them for online and real-life experiences. Why chess? To reach the 4 C's, we need to teach our children pro-social behaviour, pattern recognition, problem solving, memory skills, generalisation of knowledge. Chess trains all the 4 C's. It is a classical board game that is easy to use in the classroom, but also perfect for the virtual world. Gamification has proven to be a crucial educational method in the modern age because children are simply used to learn by playing. Chess crosses all borders. It encourages children to win with grace and lose with dignity. As one of the fastest growing educational methods in Europe, over 6 million kids play chess at school. And every day, new schools take up this wonderful learning opportunity. European Chess Union. We make Europe smarter.
We're back. This is European Parliamentary Friendship Championship 2021. The round just started. You can see the players in the Zoom call and also chessboard here we have. But before that, let's take a look at the standings and check out the situation. So here we have Balogan Victor, 4 out of 4, 100%. Only him. So that means that we had some upset in the previous round, in the round 3, as we see according to the standings. Grandmasters Antonetta Stepanova and Van Venilog lost the games, and here we have Stapa Sergey going forward with 3.5 points at the second position. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's take a look. The opponents of Van Valley. He lost against Victor Balogan. Okay, he lost against Victor Balogan. And we saw Antonetta lost also the game. And we were focusing on that one. And his opponent was Stapa Sergey, who is among the leaders and who secures his position as a leader. We have not much rounds to go, so here the player from Ukraine, the member of Ukraine Parliament, has to be really, really strong. Use his all the powers to maintain the leader's position. So let's go now back to the chessboard and start to analyze the positions. This is the game that we will be the mainly focused on. So with white pieces we have Victor Balogan, and with black pieces we have Sergei Stapa. So what is really happening? What is happening here? Looks like the close to ceiling position. Also a little bit like English opening. Here the question is where the black is going to castle, on the short side or on the long side. I would be afraid to castle short. Would I? maybe not. Maybe not that dangerous to short castle here. Because white is here to bring some pieces into the attack, such as knight, and another knight and so on. But on the other hand, black is also pressing here on e5. So yes, let's be focused here in this game. Both players have 8 minutes on the clock. Viktor Balogan is number 2 in this event. Let me talk a little bit about him. He is a grandmaster from Moldova. He became a grandmaster in 1991. His highest rating was in 2012, 2734 in August, and he was in the top 20 grandmasters and chess players in the world in April 2005. So he's a member of Moldovan Parliament, and also an author of many chess books and video series, as well as the winner of a lot of tournaments. One of the tournaments that he won, I think everybody knows about, Aeroflot, and he's the winner of that event in 2003. He also won in 2005 the Candidate Open Chess Tournament, and he played as a member of Moldovan chess national team in many Olympiads. He graduated from Moscow Physical Culture and Sport Institute in 1993, and this is really interesting fact that he successfully defended a doctoral thesis on the topic that it's very close to him. Of course, it's about chess, and more accurately, it's about high-level chess players and their preparation. This is really interesting. I know many chess players who choose this topic, who choose chess at their main topics for the thesis, and seems like chess is always a part of the life. Right now he has 2574 rating. All right, let's take a look once again at the position if we have some changes. He managed to somehow discoordinate the black's pieces. H5 kicked the knight on f8, and knight on f8 itself stops the castling. That's why he played now with black pieces h6. Very likely he wants to play next move knight h7 with some castling ideas. He could also play knight d7 and castle, but this h6 is needed just to stop h5 pawn. This pawn has to be stopped at some point. And here we have knight h7. There is an idea also to play bishop g5 and eliminate the bishop from f4. Okay, now queen g4 targets g7 pawn. This is really good strategy here that Viktor Balogan chose, just to make as much threats as possible, put more pressure. Maybe it doesn't win anything right now, but it's always good to be the side who puts the pressure on the opponent. It forces the opponent to spend more time, and it gives chances to make some mistake. Hold on, is there bishop h6 right now? So that means that the king just loses the right to castle at any side. Both rooks are moved from the starting position. Now the question is if the pawn is hanging right now immediately or not. Let me capture here. Knight e5 is a possibility here. rook can take. Rook can take. Why not? If queen takes, then we have bishop b7, and this is really good for white. Maybe here black should take on g2 instead. And after capturing here, just to take here. So according to this line, for the moment h6 pawn is not hanging. But white achieved what he wanted to achieve here. There's no rights. Black king lost the right to castle. We don't see huge gap on the clock. Both players have 5 minutes. They both equally spend the time. The position is double-edged. It's quite complicated. I would say I would choose here to play with white, of course, because of this reason. There's no castle here for black, and the king can be under attack at some point. Bishop e4, knight is on hanging on h7, knight g5 now looks like a move, knight f8 is also possibility, but oh, this pieces here, all of them on the h rank doesn't look aesthetically nice. So let's take a look at knight g5 here. So what happens after knight g5? Can I capture an f4? That's straight away. And bishop comes on h7, attacks the rook, and when the rook moves, then we capture the g pawn. We like material. The knight will jump here or here. That's might be here white's idea, just to eliminate the knight, weaken the king side, and then get the g7 pawn. Knight f8 is always an option here. And then something like knight queen on f3 pins the knight, opens the spot for the knight to come on g4. This looks interesting. Where to play with an there is another move. There is another move such as no. F5 is not working because after this move there is a queen hanging. So moves like F5 are not working. Where to play the knight? Knight g5 we have on the board. Bishop takes g5 was almost a pre-move. He played really fast. I'm afraid we might see this. Oh no! Black here takes with a pawn and knight comes on f3. The g5 pawn is a target right now. It was impossible to take on e5 because in the end the bishop was hanging on b7. So black here plays bishop a8 just to secure the bishop here to be well defended. And if knight captures on if white captures on g5, then knight takes on e5 is a move. Rook comes on e2. Rook comes on e2. That's an interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. Seems like he opens the spot for the knight. Maybe he wants to jump here and here. This is perfect plan to to bring this knight on d3, because on c2 it doesn't really have much functions. We're just getting this knight at the better place on d3, way better place. From d3, this knight will defend the pawn and also targets c5 pawn, because we never know. This might be hanging at some point, and you're just making next moves. And pressing the clock to your opponent's side. Your opponent has to make a move, and moves like rook e2 is always practical here. It's getting a little bit unpleasant, more and more unpleasant for black. Queen c8, another passive move here. And knight comes on e1. This idea looks really nice, the maneuvering the knight. Bringing all the pieces as its place. Why not? And we have already 1 minute gap between the clock. No, he's not happy. he's not happy. He's talking. Oh, what's that? What's that? Knight can capture, and then we have f5. Oh, that was an idea of queen c8 to defense f5 pawn twice. So there's not bishop takes, because bishop takes, and this pawn is not hanging any longer. Was that a blunder? Interesting. This position is interesting. So queen has to move, right? Queen has to move. And then bishop can take, or even pawn can take. Wow, this is getting sharp. Bishop takes on f5. Pawn takes. Knight g6. Oh no. Okay, there is bishop e4. Bishop e4. Bishop e4. Queen is hanging. Oh no, rook takes e4. Pawn takes. Queen takes. And queen here. Yeah, bishop e4. Go for it. Ah, no. That's okay. Oh wait, what? If white takes here, queen takes here, and knight takes, knight here. This guy is brilliant. He's finding really interesting ideas. Stapa Sergey, the representative of Ukraine, he's having amazing tournaments for the moment. He's a sole player who has 3.5 points and secures second place, and he's now playing against Viktor Bolgan, who has 100% in the event, and he just goes all in and also finds really nice moves. He gives no easy time to Viktor Bolgan. So there is a very nice idea here to checkmate on h1. So yeah, how about move like queen h3? This is the move we have on the board. Queen on h3. g4 is not working because queen comes on h4, still defends the square here, and now attacks the bishop. Okay, instead of g4, black goes here with rook d3. Now everything is defending so far. g4 here, g4 here, forces white to give the queen to bring the queen here on h2. This is very passive position for the queen, and then king can move somewhere. King can move here. g4 on the board. Oh wow. Queen h4. Yeah, this is queen h4. What? Rook e7? Queen g2 was a checkmate. This will give me a heart attack. This will give me a heart attack. And he realized right now, oh my god. He just missed a chance to checkmate. He could take over. He could take over the leader and what? What? This is priceless. This is priceless. So here you have again, second time in a row. He's beating Grandmaster. Oh my god. New world champion is just about to burn. Oh my god. This is brilliant. Here we have a smile of Victor Bologan. Can we keep this video because he's showing all the emotions. This is amazing. I'm sure from tomorrow on all his colleagues will talk about these two amazing victories, and he is the sole leader of the event. Oh my god. This is amazing. He is a star of the event. Once again, Shveta Sergey from Ukraine. He is an absolute hero of the tournament. He beat 2 grandmasters in a row. Watch out, Van Valley. He's coming. This is brilliant tournament. Okay. Wow. He has no rating. He has no FIDE rating. But I think he deserves to be rated. Brilliant. I have to take a look at. Let's bring now the screen full board at the screen and check out again. Like, wow, this game was brilliant. He had to checkmate the opponent earlier. He had this chance here. Victor Bologan, I think, just missed this checkmate here. Just forgot that G2 square is also important. He defended H1, but G2 pawn was also important. At some point, knight was here on E1 and was securing G2 pawn, but then knight went on D3, and yeah, I think he just missed this one. So here, Black could checkmate on G2 already in this position, but he captured on E7, and here White was all about the pin here, and he was thinking to win this game with the pin, and he just checkmated on G2. There was such a chance here for Black. What was happening if White just captures? I think that's the most practical chance. No, there was a chance here. Okay, and I think this position is very good for White. Is it good for White? Because comes and comes. This bishop here is a monster. Wow. Yeah, amazing game. Here White had advantage. That's for sure. But then we have this queen c8. I was like, oh, why this move? But then a move later, I just realized that he wanted to defend f5 pawn. This was really tricky trap here that he managed to bring on the board. Right here, knight g6 is just brilliant idea, sacrificing queen. But there's a checkmate on e7. And here, queen b7 is also amazing idea. Just putting some pressure on the king side. There's a checkmate threat on h1. Queen h3 is the only move. Rook d7 defends the bishop, and yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier. In this situation, both squares are secured, and after knight d3, knight just left e1 square, and there's no more defense on g2. And after g4, queen h4, and king d1, brilliant move. King d1, king d8 is a brilliant move. And here was first chance to checkmate, but he saw later on and he checkmated the opponent. Yeah, amazing, amazing. He's the sole leader of the event. Let's take a look at the standings. If all the games ended, yeah, all the games ended in this round. And oh wow, Sergei Safa ahead of our grandmasters, Viktor Bolgan, Van Velilag, Antonita Stefanova, and we also have some new names here. Artak Amanukian from Armenia, whose rating is almost 2200. Oh, what a game! What a game! Yeah. In this round, we were fully focused on just one game. Here, we did not see more games. Maybe you can take a look right now. Yeah, that's what I will do. So here we have this position where white put up really nice. White put up really nice pin on f6 and won the piece with intermediate check, and then bishop h6, and it's impossible to defend this mating idea. And here in this position, white got mated. Ooh, you cannot see two queens on the board that often, but here we have beautiful dance of two queens and checkmated. Black king. What about this position here? A black one, because we have an extra queen on the board, and there's another check, and the bishop will be gone. So white resigned in this position. Ooh, this looks sharp. This looks sharp. This looks a really interesting position. Let me go back. G5, bishop takes g5, sacrificing. Knight takes, you know what? If you sacrifice, I'll sacrifice too. Take rook, take rook. Interesting. And we have open g file. Okay. There's no move king h1 here because of the checkmate. King went on f2, and bishop g5. Beautiful. It's a checkmate here anyway. So there's a pin, and the rook controls the second rank. Nice game. The next game here, black won because of the extra material. What do we have over here? Also an extra queen. Yeah, the queen was gone. Queen was gone. Queen was sacrificed or captured. Let's take a look from this point. So queen h5. White is attacking right now, aiming to push f6. Queen h5 comes into the game. King h7, g4. More pieces in attack, but the queen has no single move here. And after g6, it's dropped. It's dropped. Yeah, g4 was a mistake there from white side, so he had to sacrifice. Very interesting intermediate move here. It's like he's not even going to give up a rook. And yeah, this position is really hard to play here. The next round will start soon, like in 1 minute or 2. So let's keep going to check the rest of the games. Here in this position, white won because there are rook and the bishop extra, and also very strong and powerful pawn on d7. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's take a look. Let's take a look a little bit. Okay, from this perspective, let's take a look. White has here very strong rook on d6, which controls the center and just stacks into the black's position. Black cannot really take this rook because then it's gonna be really, really hard to play against pass pawns. C pawn can take, and also D pawn can take. It's already on 6th rank, just 2 moves ahead of being a queen, and it's well defended. So in the game, A takes B happened. Ooh, that's strong move. Rook takes check, and here we have this beautiful sacrifice of the bishop, which ends the game. If pawn takes, here we have rook d7, winning the queen, and if king takes, which just happened in the game, here we have check, and after this, just checkmate. What do we have over here? White won this game because it's impossible to defend from this threat. Rook h8 is a checkmate, and yeah, it's hard to play against this active king, and also the material is extra. The next position is the next game is this one. Antonetta Stefanova won this with a discovery check in the end. He had an extra pawn, 2 pawns, and one almost queen one. So after this king h7, here we have check on h3, and next move will be queen. Captures a1, so black resigned. And here we have Van Valley against Garcia del Blanco. Here Van Valley won the game because after rook d7 check, if black takes, white will take deep with the c pawn, and it's impossible to stop the pawn. And yeah, the game of a day, the game of the tournament. This is really, really nice game. I really enjoyed it. I hope you also enjoyed. Let me check if the game started. Next round started. Let's once again take a look at the standings and at the pairings. So what do we have over here? On the first board, Staffa against Manu Kyan. 4.5 against 4. So how many players have 4 points? Four players have 4 points. And I see the bar of the evaluation is changing fast in the first game. So let's take a look what happened here. It's not the first game. It's not the first game. Okay, let's take our chessboard back. All right, let's start from move 1. Manukyan, our tag is rated player. He's 2200. Not easy to play with strong opponents in a row. Let's see what happened here. G6. He tries to develop the king side. Yeah, we have this position right now. Knight jumped on e5. That's really comfortable square here for knight. F takes e. F takes e. It makes me worried to take this pawn here because of the knight. Knight is just a monster right now, and you know you can never give up your bishop, your dark square bishop. Then king will be really exposed. And on the other hand, here white can have some ideas like bishop d3 and targeting this pawn with h4, h5. I think here Sergei Safa is not going to castle in this game either. Let's take a look. Let's take a look of this game. There is move like queen f3. Hard to not play this. It's always good to give a hard time to the opponent, and if he plays rook f8, then the king will lose the rights to castle. Yeah. So after this, if knight jumps on f5, there's move like g4. Alright, I just got the information that Sergey is 2200 Blitz player. He doesn't have any standard rating, but he's 22 Blitz rating. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It explains everything then. It explains everything. So instead of my little tricks and checkmate ideas here, white says like, come on, be serious and play normal chess and go for h4, which looks really nice move here. This is a weakness here. King is exposed, so why not to push the pawn? This is only two moves which will create so much damage on the king's side. I don't know if you also see what I see here, but Manukian Artak seems really happy and smiley. Maybe he feels the position that he has really good position right now, and he's happy. Why not to win the sole leader of the tournament? Or maybe there is just some funny situation, because we know that all these participants from Armenian parliament are playing from the same space, and of course it's hard to be too quiet, right? h6 we have on the board. The pawn is untouchable. If you take this pawn, then rook will take, and then this is really unpleasant check here on h5. So bishop should move somewhere else. And finally he decided to get rid of this knight on e5. D takes e is on the board, but here first what he's thinking for an intermediate move here on h5. There's a check here on h5, which loses the right for the black king to castle, and after rook d7, king d7 or king e7. I would not play king e7 because it's okay. In the game it was king f8. Okay, now he can capture this. Yeah, this is the position what we have right now. Bishop d7 was played. He's going to get this bishop on e8 and try to organize his pieces here, and knight c5 stops this idea. Beautiful, beautiful move. There's not bishop e6 because on e6 pawn is hanging with a fork. How black can play this one? b6 maybe? b6. Knight captures, queen captures, and queen takes g5 pawn. Now, instead of that, here a rook goes on c8, and we might have the similar position, but with the rook on open file. I think Sergey just played too fast in the opening, and allowed the opponents to cause so much weaknesses. his reactions are really amazing. I really want to see it more. We saw it already twice, but it's good to see the emotions of the players. Rook g8 attacks the queen. How about the end game? If queen f6, queen comes on f7, take. Pair of bishops against pair of knights. I think this is alright for black can survive here. Maybe yes, maybe no. But the pieces are really good and active. White here decided to keep the queens on the board. And right now, after queen f4, the threat is to play g4 next move and win the knight. Knight comes on c4, attacks the bishop on b2. If white captures this knight, then rook will come on c4, attacks the queen, and you know what? White king is also in the center. White king is also in the center. I think Sergey is getting in shape. I think Sergey just got himself in his position where he feels really good. So bishop is hanging on b2. That's not easy anymore. And here, player with white pieces is trying to be more focused. He still goes for g4, so he gives up this bishop, and he's hoping to open up the king's position more. Hold on. Let's play as smart as Sergey here. What he would play? I think he would take this pawn to stop some checks for a moment. And after this one, maybe rook. No, that's too much. I just wanted to be creative, and maybe that's too much. We have this on the board. Let's see how he will play. There's a queen f7 move as well. If he doesn't want white to come on h5, there's this move as well. And to take with the queen, but f6 looks really bad here for black. Really bad. So instead of that, he plays queen e7. Okay, what's the idea of that move? What is the idea? So if you push f6, then I will come on c5 and I will try to create some threats. If you take on e6, I will just play with the king, and I will capture it later on. F takes c, king goes quickly on e8. All right, it makes all the sense. Like he manages the situation in the time trouble. So everything has an explanation how he does this, because he is 2200 blitz player. That's not small. That's not small. I just tried to remember what's my blitz rating. I think it's very close to that. I think that's very close to that. So yeah. Four minutes for both players. Yeah, indeed. Sergey just steals the show from other other chess players. It's like we have to be focused on this game because it's interesting. But we can also take a look at the game of Antonetta Stepanova and Van Valley Luck here, because we have two amazing chess players now competing each other, two grandmasters. And two elite chess players, but now the member of the parliaments of their own countries. So the queen is hanging on e3, and there's also the threat on h7. There is not a checkmate, but having a check on h7 is always a good idea. We have also opposite color of bishop, which gives some edge for the side who attacks the king. So right now the queen is hanging on a3. Let's see where the queen will go. Queen goes on c5. How about move like rook f1, targeting this. Rook plays c7. And then just to, oh, okay, then is there a move like, no, it's not working. It's not working because queen can simply take it, but this would not work as well. Okay, maybe too much. Instead here we have queen trade. Still looks like interesting position. Even it's like less and less pieces on the board, and we have opposite color of bishop and on the rooks on the board, but the game is still interesting. I don't see the game of Viktor Bologan. Seems like he already finished the game. And here we have very fast moves. Here, Van Valley decided to give up c6 pawn, but instead to get g3 pawn. Then bishop will capture this g3 pawn and will create the mating threat. Here we have what else? Yeah, king g7 looks nice. Then push the pawn just to secure this bishop here looks nice. And whenever white pushes the pawn on c6, black can simply block it with rook c, bishop c7, and bad thing, all these dark squares is that rook cannot leave the first rank because it's going to be checkmate. So f4 we have on the board. c6. Bishop c7. No, rook comes on c7. Rook comes on c7. Interesting. Still, this is the fight. Let's get back in the game of Artek Manukyan and Sergei Stefan. So we have queen trades, and white managed to access on the 7th rank and capture h7 pawn, which creates this h6 pawn really dangerous here. Just 2 moves ahead to be queen. Rook b8 was played to defense b7 pawn. Rook h5 secures e5 pawn, and also threatens bishop h3 checkmate. Is this a checkmate? Is this a checkmate? Is there a way to defend? Oh no, it's a checkmate. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here we have a resignation. Black could save here. This maybe not the game, but the position for the moment. And here you have he's really disappointed, but still he's a hero of the tournament indeed. Sergei Safa from Ukraine. Well, you know, he did already his best. But my point is here that after rook f7, bishop h3 and king can go here on e7. The position is really hard to play here in defense, but there's a chance still. There's a chance. After this, white plays here bishop f5. This is really strong pawn, and white has an extra 2 pawns. That's more than enough to win. Indeed, well, yeah. Artak Manukyan gave no chance to him. No chance to him. I think he knew what happened earlier in other games, so he tried to play safer. And right now we have this game, Antoaneta Stefanova and Van Valley. Van Valley tries to stop the pawn and to centralize the king. He slowly brings the king side in the other part of the opponent. Very hard to play when you're passive side of the game. That's why here Antoaneta is looking for counterplay. Maybe he is looking for some pressure on f5. For the moment, it's impossible to play bishop d3 because of the checkmate on the first rank. Black goes rook e8. He wants to get this rook on b8 for the open file, and trying to checkmate the opponent. Rook b8 now can be a move. No. Not that extreme. Just rook e7 back. Is there a move like c7 here? Just to try to simplify the position, this should be okay. And if bishop takes, then if bishop takes on c7, then bishop d3. But they are playing moves really fast. Let's be focusing here. Rook d5, rook c5. That's the way how Antoaneta Stefanova is defending, and rook d3 here. We have 3-time repetition. Yeah, looks like a natural result in here. But seems like white has really good chance here for a king side attack. All right, yeah, interesting game. Was that the last one of the round? No, we have one more game in progress, and here we again have the opposite color of bishop and rooks on the board. This case is even more interesting because black is about to queen, but look at this active king and the dark squares of the on the king side. Who knows what's happening here? Bishop f6 secures the existence of d4 pawn, but mainly the idea is to play rook e8 and checkmate here, or even open up the road for the king. So yeah, that is really interesting position. Vlad Batrin Chea from Republic of Moldova. He's playing from his office since like he's just joined our tournament right after of his working day. Always nice to see the areas of the working areas of the participants of the event. The game ended here. White managed to checkmate black. Yeah, the game is interesting. The game is interesting here, of course, to see what's the technique. So here we had checks and all right. There was no way to defend f7 bishop, because if you go here with the king g8, then there is a check and checkmate. Yeah. Yes. Just like this. Things are getting so dramatic. Let's take a look at the standings and let's see if something changed. All right, we have some changes, and we have 2 players leading the tournament. We have Viktor Bologan coming back to the leader's position after that heartbreaking lose, and then we have Manukian Artak, the player who managed to beat Sergei Safa. He's the only one who managed to beat Sergei and stopped him. And then we have 3 players, Sergei, Van Veli, and Antonetta, with 4.5 with 6 points. Yeah, that's interesting. So this is the standings after 6th round. Last round, it will start really soon, in about 4 minutes. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. Anything gonna happen at any moment. The tournament is more fun than I expected, to be honest and fair. So this is the very first tournament for the members of the parliament, and we have 32 players in this event from 12 countries, 12 European countries. The most of the numbers of the participants are from Ukraine, and we have individual and also team competition, and we have medals and trophies for the participants. So this championship is friendly championship, and I really hope that it's gonna be a tradition, and we're gonna see more and more participants to in this tournament. Now let's take a look at the next video of ours. I will come back shortly, and we're gonna analyze the next game and the most important round of the tournament. See you. we're back, and this is the European Parliamentary Friendship Chess Championship 2021. The last round, there is a lot of tension on the chessboard. We still don't know what will happen, so we will be focused on several boards right now. And I was just looking at the statistics, and I just noticed that we have two participants from European Parliament, and then the rest of the participants are from national parliaments. So good to see so many successful politicians in one Zoom call and in one event. So let's take a look now at the standings once again. But more interesting is the pairings. So we're going to see who is facing each other. So on the first board, Bologan against Antonetta Stefanova. Two grandmasters facing in the final round. You know what's really good about this? There is still fire going on, and we still don't know what's going to happen. Anything might happen. On the second board, we have Vanveli against Manukyan. Manukyan is not title player, but he's a rated player. He is from chess country. I consider him one of the top players of the event. And then we have Sergei Shtapa against Artur Davtyan. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting round. I will be focused on these three games, and let's go. Let's start from the first one. So here we have Viktor Bologan against Antonetta Stefanova. Two grandmasters facing each other in the final rounds. Both of them are the members of their national teams, members of their national parliament, and also the players who won several chess events and titles. So we have this position. Let's start from the beginning. So we have 1 e4 c6, Antonetta's another game on Caro-Kann defense. Here we have close Caro-Kann with e5, and Antonetta goes immediate c5 here. And let's see what will happen. In the Caro-Kann defense, the black's issue is this knight on jade. Knight and the bishop have this knight and this bishop have the same square, and the same square. They're fighting for the same square is 7. But here Antonetta says, like, okay, I can come on h6 and I can come on f5 if I need. As long as the bishop is not on c1, this looks quite okay for black. They're both quickly playing the moves. Either they are still in their books, or they just play logical moves, which, you know, just develops the pieces. They must be really tired. They must be tired because this is their round 7. They played 6 rounds before. The time control is 10 minutes plus 2 seconds. So yeah, this is always tricky time control. The position is interesting. It looks like just started, and we're gonna see more later on. So let's quickly move to the next board. This is Vanveli against Artak Manukyan. Also interesting position. We have here Dragon Bishop on g7, and we see beautiful setup of knight e5, which controls the both side of the queen and the not that much queen side and the king side, and also g5, which secures its safety on e5, so there will be no f4 moves immediately. On the other hand, white also has really nice knights in the center, which are aiming to jump on d5 at any moment. So here we had some maneuvering from white side. The knight. The question is how the knight got on e3. This is... Oh, okay. I just got the information here. I see that after knight c6 here, black offered a draw. Should be really good result here for black. But of course, Vanveli wants to play more, so the knight came from f g1, f3, d4, c2, e3. That's how knight traveled around the board. We have this position, move 15, still on the, we have here, and both players have 8 minutes on the clock. And our next game, board 3, which we will be focused on, this is Sergei Shtafa against Arthur Davtyan. The time is more or less equal here, so that's the thing that I'm checking for the first. Like, time also says a lot when what's the situation of the on the game. Seems like this bishop here is really active, creates so much tension on this diagonal. So white played here knight on f3. Knight was first of all hanging on e5, but also I believe that white is really going to play knight h4. But well, oh no, there is a blunder on f2. There was a blunder on f2. There was a blunder on f2. Now knight cannot take it because the queen is hanging. Queen has to take it. It just happened on the board, and now bishop takes d3, king a1, and black has here an extra pawn. And a very strong bishop, very strong bishop. Now b3 will lose another pawn, and a3 will just weaken the light squares here. So any endgame with this bishop and the weaknesses on the light squares will be just in prior of black. Now queen b3 is a threat. Knight d2 is only moves to defense this threat. But what happens after queen c2? Queen c2, terrible pin. He did not play that. He did not play that. He goes for bishop d3. Yeah, he doesn't want to give up the bishop, and that's the way Arthur Davtyan kept the bishop on the board. Arthur is the member of Armenian Parliament. In this tournament, he's number 14th. We have three participants from Armenia who are playing from the same space. Very likely they are friends. They are from the same party. Let's get back to the first board. So here we have Viktor Bologan, who is the leader, and he shares the first position. He shares the first position with Artek Manukyan, and right now he is playing with white pieces against Antoaneta Stefanova. I would like here to choose white pieces. Why not? To play against this bishop is always nice. The bishop is really bad here on b7, targeting its own pawn so far. But we never know. We might have some exchanges here, and in the end game, this bishop can become a piece who will collect these two pawns. So queen e7, rook c7. Now Antoaneta is trying to double the rooks on c file, then trade the bishop, and to get in the end game. Bishop takes c5. Antoaneta is considering to take now with the pawn. To take now with the pawn. And then to push d4. That can be practical chance here for black to open up the rook bishop. Let's make some careless move here, and after d4, queen is hanging, the bishop will be open, this pawn will be hanging. So b takes c is on the board. Let's see what was the idea here of Bologan, why he captured the bishop on c5. d4 was his idea now, and after c4, this bishop will be really locked into the cage. Both players have connected passpawns, defended passpawns, but the position is really closed. And in the closed position, we know that knight is better piece to maneuvering. The second position, we have here G and F pawn gone. Yeah, we don't have much changes. I think F4, G takes F just happened. We don't have much moves. Let's see here what's happening. All right. There's some interesting checks. Queen D8, Queen D7 now. White has to be careful. Black has to be careful because there was a mating ideas here on E8, and of course A6 is the move that we expected. And now the question is how white can defend the knight with knight F3. Yes, it's possible. Yeah, this knight has to find some better square than F3. Let me analyze this position. If rook E7, if he tries to target this pawn, he might play just rook B8, just make sure that there's not checkmate. Now knight is hanging, and there will be some checkpoint. When knight will go somewhere, there will be a checkmate here. So that's why this is not working. But instead of my brilliant idea, he decided to capture G7 pawn, attack the rook, and also the pawn on F6. Rook B8 looks also very logical in this position to secure the black king's position. Knight F3. We might see Queen G2 and Queen F6 next moves. Seems like white just got back to the game. White just got back to the game. Bishop C4. Yeah, this is a really nice move. Now there's not knight D2, and on the other hand, black wants to play Queen B3, and there will be a checkmate on A2. There's going to be a checkmate on A2. Is there a way to defend this mating net idea? Yeah, I think he's trying his best. He just captured the queen at the pawn on F6, and there is Queen B3. He tries to run away with King B1. King A1 goes back. Oh my God, he still find the way to survive. It's a draw. He find the way to survive. Brilliant, amazing. Amazing. Let's take a look at these standings right now. Do we have some updates? Do we have some updates here? Although the first and second games are still in progress. So maybe better to be focused here. Better to be focused here because something interesting is happening. Antoinette managed to push pawn as far as c3 and activate the pieces as much as possible. White is now in defense position, and where the bishop goes. Bishop goes somewhere, but the question is where the bishop goes. On d7, okay. Is she going to get this bishop here on f6 maybe? Just getting this bishop in the better position. Yeah, she's going for that. Meanwhile, let's go back to this game quickly. What do we have here? Oh no. something happened. Something happened here. Something dramatic happened here. Oh, beautiful. Let's take a look from here. Rook f5 tries to catch the queen. He managed to catch the queen. Now we have queen e7. And we have this brilliant idea here. And white has an extra rook. And black has to resign here because rook is an extra. And of course, also the opponent matters who you are facing to. You have to stop the clock at that point. So we know the result in the second game, and now we are fully focused on this game. So and we're gonna know soon who are the winners of the event. Antoinette here managed to push f pawn and open up the bishop, but on the other hand, Balogun also tries to still limit the bishop with g4. Time is ticking. Black has 2 minutes on the clock, a little bit more than 2 minutes. White has almost 4 minutes on the clock. For this moment, One Valley has 5.5 points out of 7. Sergei Stepa and Artek Manukyan has 5 points, as well as Viktor Bologan. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. We don't know yet who is the winner of the tournament. If Balogun wins this game, then he will be the winner with 6 points. If is a draw in this game, then will be a tie between One Valley and Balogun. And if Victor loses, then One Valley will be the champion. So dramatic. Everything is counted on this game. And where the b pawn? Where is the b pawn? While I was looking for the standings, the pawn, very important pawn, was gone. So let's take a look once again from here. Here we have f pawn pushed. All right. Antonina Stefanova has a character of active, tactical chess player, and yes, for that reasons you need all the pieces on the boards to create some tactical motives. Bishop can be really open if here somehow Black managed to open the pawn and gets the bishop on h1 a8 diagonal. She goes for a queen e6 and targets the g4 pawn. That's a check. She also defends this pawn, and e3 was come with it with all the pleasure. Antonita should feel really good at this position. It should be really good for her. I don't know what's the evaluation of the computer, but from humans' perspective, it's way easy to play here with Black. Now rook comes on g7, again targets the g4 pawn. It was impossible to capture this pawn with a queen, a move before because of rook g3 pin, but instead he comes rook g7. Now rook will capture on g4 with a check. Oh wow, that's dramatic turns of the event. Oh god, bishop a6 is a pin, is a terrible pin. Viktor Balogun. Oh wait, there's impossible. There's impossible. Bishop instead comes on h5, captures another pawn. 2 minutes here against 44 seconds. Antoaneta Stefanova, if she wins this game, she will join Van Valley, and she will be sharing first, second places. So this game has a huge prize for the event. Goes back on G7. The threat here is to play bishop f3, get the king into the very strong mating net. That's going to be impossible to run away from anywhere, and it also cuts the rook to control h3 square, and there is queen h3 coming up next. So there is one check here on b8. What's next? What's next for white? Queen f4. All right, bishop f3 can be played here. All right, maybe he wants to... No. Bishop f3 is a strong move. And here we have on the board Antoaneta. Played bishop f3, of course. She would go for that. Knight a3 tries to defend. Oh, king e1 is queen e2 is a checkmate. Queen a6 check. Rook c4 on the board. Rook b7. Queen f5 is another check. Antoaneta should be really careful here, not to miss any chance. After this, there is king g7, and there's no more checks. There is terrible pin here. Rook is already on b1. She has 9 seconds on the clock. I wish to have an engine with me just to see what's happening. Because is it still winning for Antoaneta, or white managed to escape? Wow. Seconds on the clock. Antoaneta has 9 seconds. She needs to find a plan. Is there queen b6 here? Let's bring the queen into the business. Knight e5. King g7 defends the pawn. Oh no. Oh no. So tense position. I think Antoaneta missed the chance. That can be really terrible. Oh no. Bishop g4 only move here. Queen e3. Oh no. There is no check. There is no check. Now white will collect all the pawns, and then white will trade the queens. Oh no. This is really heartbreaking for Antoaneta. Queen e3 trades the queen. Knight versus bishop. Knight is now going to capture a5 pawn. Draw is just on the side of Balogan. Antoaneta need just victory, only victory for joining Van Valley. All right, this position is lost. This position is lost. White king will slowly get to the a5 pawn, and no, 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 no. That's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. Let's take a look. Let's take a look before we have all the results. But we have Antonetta Stefanova on the screen shaking her hand. She knows what happened. We know what happened. She's now analyzing the game and probably looking for the possible way to win. Let's take a look. It was so winning. It was so winning. Was so winning. They're talking right now. I'm trying to just say bye. Probably she's leaving. They have a chat. After all, they are still friends. All the chess players are still the friends, and they are both professional chess players. Before they became before they became politicians, they were chess players. Professional chess players. Now they are chatting. All the participants are chatting in this Zoom call. Is Bolgan getting congratulations? I guess so. I guess so. Let me check that. Okay, let's take a look now the standings. Let's find out who won the tournament, and then we will come back and check out the game, and we will find the win. We will find the win. So Viktor Bolgan, Grand Master and the member of Moldovan Parliament, won the event with 6 out of 7. Amazing, amazing play from Viktor Bolgan. Second place was taken from Van Verli, a Grand Master and a member of the Parliament, Dutch Parliament, with 5.5 points. And then we have Artek Manukian from Armenia and Sergei Streva from Ukraine. They shared 3rd, 4th places. I really wonder what's the standings here? What's the final standings here? Who got the top 3? Because top 3 players will get trophies and the medals. And then we have Antonetta Stepanova. She had such a big chance to share 1st, 2nd places. And we have Viktor Bolgan on the screen. He is happy. He is happy. This tournament was a friendship tournament, but of course, the spirit of the champions is just like it is. He's always happy for the win, and he's always aiming to win the tournament. What a tense tournament! I had no idea this morning that I would wake up and come here to work and to have games like this. What we saw. So now let's get back to our chessboard. I really want to find here a win for Antonetta. So what was really happening? This is winning position for sure here for Antonetta. Here after Queen f4, Bishop was played on f3. Yeah, okay. I think e3 makes sense here. Bishop cannot take because knight is hanging. Let me check. Queen can take. Queen can take. Queen can take. And is there bishop e2? Move, take, and rook g1 wins the queen. Okay. If king goes here, then bishop takes c4. All right. So I think the winner of the event, Viktor Bolgan, will join, and we can talk about this with him. Let me be ready for that. So I believe that e3 was winning here. You have to push this pawn at some point. if pawn takes or if knight takes, then queen will jump here. Is that winning? Here. Oops, I need help. I need help here. Yeah, interesting position. But what went really wrong here? Let me analyze this position. After bishop f3, we have knight e3, check. This looks all nice, Everything was under control. But that's the point when king is escaped here. That's the point when the king escaped. And soon we're gonna have an interview with the winner of the tournament, with the amazing performance. And maybe I can ask him if there was a way to win the game for black. If he was seeing the winning plan for black. Yeah. Seems like something went wrong after bishop f3, which looked also a very natural move, but knight e3 just fixed everything in white's position. Yes. So any moment soon we will be joined by the champion of the tournament. So after this, everything just went smoothly for white. There was this beautiful check here, and then knight comes. Knight and queen together are very strong, very strong. And here we have white collected all the pawns, and yeah, very nice technique in the end game. And there was a final end of the game with knight d6. Yeah. So I think we had a little bit different scenario in the end. Let's once again take a look at the final standings, and we have to mention once again the names of the players who made this tournament amazing. So here we have Viktor Bologan, indeed showed us beautiful chess. He won six games out of 7. There was one lost game, but in that case also there was just a blunder. Rather than that, he played really nicely that game to you. Van Valley, a grandmaster from Holland, got 5.5 points. And got the second place. We saw Van Valley in the other European Chess Union events earlier this month, so he's playing quite actively chess. And then we have Artek Manukyan from Armenia, who had amazing tournament, who showed us beautiful chess games, and it was also very nice to see all the participants from Armenia playing from the same place and supporting each other. And Sergei Sheva, the representative of Ukrainian parliament, showed us a real spirit of fighting. Yes, he's not rated. He's not standard rated, but he has a blitz rating. And now it's time to welcome the winner of the tournament, Grandmaster Viktor Balagan, and also the member of the Moldovan Parliament. Hello and congratulations.
Yes, hello. Do you hear me well?
I can hear you well. Yes, I can hear you well.
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy. Okay, I'm not very happy that I have to make in the last round unhappy a nice lady, former world champion Antonieta Stefanova. But otherwise, yes, it's very nice experience. It's a friendly tournament, so still, we are still chess players, so it's always good to win. Thank you for nice organization.
Yes, indeed. Can I ask you, like, what was happening in the last game? I was trying to find the winning plan, but I didn't really succeed there. Did you see the winning plan from black side?
Well, it's actually, I think I had some positional advantage, but at some moment I played too passive, and Antonieta, she is a very active chess player, used to be, and I think still. So she found a nice plan to activate her bishop, and I think after her move e5, the position should be lost for me in a way or another. But I found some nice defense for white. This b6 I think was very important. So after b6, maybe the position is still bad for me, but at least I got some counter chances, and in the time trouble, I managed somehow to both to defend position first. I think it's not that easy. I mean, maybe there should be some computer win, but from practical point of view, maybe it was not so easy to play for Antonieta, especially she was worse on time. And in this time, I think this queen b8, queen f4 was very important, just to have active queen and always to have this idea of queen f5 check. And together with knight e3, I managed to consolidate, but maybe there still was some mate. I don't know for black. I didn't see it, but well, without luck, such tournament it cannot be win because in my fifth round I just missed a mate in one in completely winning positions.
Yes. Oh, that's my second question. Like, there was so brilliant game. It was really, really nice game just 2 rounds before, but it was a terrible blunder on checkmate on g2. And it's so upsetting, but how you managed to just come back so fast into the back in the shape and then win also very important 2 last rounds?
Okay, I was completely, let's say, astonished by blundering this, but if you can check the Zoom registration, then I smiled quite immediately. It's a friendly tournament, first of all, and second, the tournament is not over. I think I had some reserve after winning a good game against my old friend Luke Van Velde in the previous round, so I still was in the fight. So that was not the end of the tournament for me. So that's why I said just calm down, smile, and continue playing. I mean, that's exactly what I did.
Yes, exactly. We catch that. We catch your smile after in the Zoom call, and we catch also a lot of emotions from almost every participant. So it was really, really nice event, and seems like chess is becoming really popular among every profession. We had earlier corporate chess World Chess Championship with a lot of companies, and now we have a parliamentary tournament. Can you tell us, as a chess player, do you have some special skills or some benefits that you can use in your profession?
Well, definitely chess helps not only, let's say, the chess skills, let's put this way, this calculation, strategical thinking, critical thinking, it's always with me, and that's of course thanks to chess. And it helps not only in chess, but also in another regular life, like in parliamentarian activity, in other fields as well. So I strongly recommend people not to practice chess only from point of view just of winning, which is also important, of course, it's good, but there are many other benefits. Some players with whom I played when I was young. They are now very important businessmen. They say that chess helped them a lot to, and politicians as well. That, for example, our vice speaker of the parliament, Vlad Batrinchev, he used to play chess when he was young, and that helps him a lot in his political career. So yes, there is many benefits. So chess is not only about playing and winning, but it's also about developing many important life skills as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for that comment, and thank you also very much for the amazing games that we saw. And I will not keep you here in the live long because you had really tense tournament. It was friendship tournament, but we still saw high-level chess. Once again, thank you very much for joining the interview, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you at another occasion, chess occasion, of course. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. So, well, that was it. That was it. One-day event for the parliament members of European countries. We had amazing tournament. I personally really enjoyed it. It was a much joy here. We had 32 participants from 12 European federations, 2 members from European Parliament, and the rest of the members were from the national parliaments. And thank you very much to European Chess Union for organizing yet another online event that we can join and also enjoy. And also thank you very much for the European Chess TV for forcing the broadcast, which you saw now. So I hope to see you for the next European Chess Union events. Bye.